Hello, howdy, welcome to the after show. Let me just make sure that I didn't accidentally leave the volume all the way up. Nope, I'm here. Everything's here. Hello, howdy. This is a stream to showcase the creation process of my latest song, Misery Loves Company, and to feature the talented artists who helped make the MV possible. If you haven't seen the music video yet, that's okay. We'll be playing the music video and chatting over it to start, and after that we'll have a presentation to outline the creation process, where each of us will discuss our perspectives. If you have to leave at any point during this live stream, don't worry. This live stream will be unlisted after it's finished. The recording will be available in the After Shows playlist on my YouTube page. And let's begin with introductions. So, firstly, let's go from left to right. Hold on, let me change the slide to make sure you can see who's who. Starting with me. Hi, howdy. My name is Circus. I almost forgot that. I wrote Misery Loves Company, and my pronouns are he, him. And to my right...
Hello, I'm Rice. I did character design, and I also got credited as a director, which I think is really funny. But for this purpose, I am just a guy. I'm here. And then to my right...
Hello, I'm Meat. I am the illustrator for Dex, and my pronouns are she, her. And to my right...
Hi, I'm Crispy. I made the video, and my pronouns are she or they.
Woo! 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 So many people here today. Yeah, we've got a full group.
It's a full house in here.
This layout, which was made by Crispy, started out with these 4 little icons, and I feel like we rarely get to have like all 4 of them filled, you know?
I sure hope we never do a project with more than 4 collaborators.
Uh-oh. Where are you gonna put him? Gonna put him in the wings.
Yeah. They'll hang from the fairy lights. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. That's for future you.
Yeah. Not our problem right now.
Yeah. Speaking of the future, though, before we watch the music video, let me just dim the lights real quick.
Oh yeah, we're gonna watch the music video right now, guys.
Yeah. All right. So, and if you haven't seen the music video yet, hold on. Oh, I should probably change the pinned comments, huh?
Oh yeah.
Do I have the link to the music video?
It's in the description, King.
You're right, I don't have that. Can I pin like a Streambot comment? That'd be so funny. Anyways, if you haven't seen it... Oh my god, I can.
Wow, funny.
You can go there to see it, because this will be a little bit cropped, but in the meantime, let's watch it together and chat over it.
Yay!
Oh, we can hear the sound.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
My
good.
immersion.
The immersion. We're in the theater.
We're in the
watching
theater.
it
Grab your
together.
popcorn. Grab your snacks.
We're in the theater.
In the theater.
Yeah.
Woo!
So cool.
So cool.
I love looking at this with my eyes.
Right?
Oh, speaking of eyes.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Avert your eyes.
Wow.
Oh my god, is that Dex? Is that Dex Vocaloid? Dex Vocaloid
Dex
4?
Vocaloid.
Dex Vocaloid, I love your work.
I love this lyric, by the way. Under the covers over the counter. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So
He's
true.
everywhere.
Makes you think.
You better work.
The absolute lack of cake.
Pancake.
Pancake.
Welcome to IHOP, baby.
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 Baby spotted.
Baby spotted.
Baby, company loves baby.
Somebody loves baby. Photography for this video makes you so crazy. Just taking fucking that. So true. Me too.
So true.
God.
Everything about this MV just goes off. I'm so happy about it.
Crispy really went.
Crispy
Oh,
really
yeah.
went.
Went
Went.
and never came back.
I do love these assets. This part.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, hi Mika.
I got Mika. Hi.
Hi. Oh, my favorite part.
This part's so cool. The hands.
We all love this part.
Yeah.
Get it? Someone asked, how does Dex get the fish nest on over his tail? He rips them.
Oh yeah, he ripped. We have so much Dex lore to tell you about
We
this.
discussed a lot of lore about this Dex.
Yeah.
We'll dedicate the Q&A to our plethora of Dex
just
lore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I still need to make wallpaper for this. I've been busy and I also forgot. But
I'm
I will
not
make
caught up
wallpaper
to that on the tweets, anyways. So.
Okay.
Dex lore? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lore.
Oh yeah, I saw someone say that this was an OC instead of Dex. It is Dex. It was intended to be Dex.
It's our stinky little Dex.
Yeah. Stinky little Dex.
It's our Dex Sona.
Yeah.
Dex the circus first.
Yeah.
Into the circus first.
Oh, here comes
my
the part.
favorite part.
You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that gif of the crowd at the bar, like cheering.
Me when I eat the fries.
I'm the face.
Sweet. That part is just like me when I eat the fries out of the oven. It's too hot. I keep thinking about that. I wasn't eating spicy food yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Please. Yay!
All right, now let me
All right.
just
Bring the lights back up.
bring them
Bring-
back.
Bring the house up.
Whoosh.
Wow. Wow.
So Crispy did the layout, and I was like, wow. Well, which one of us was like, wow, it'd be fun to do a dim thing, like.
I don't remember.
But
It might have been Crispy.
you.
Oh.
But Crispy made a cool overlay, and it's so like ooh.
Ooh.
And we
We only
have
have
this
like 2 or
ability.
3 after shows left,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit of a shame, but it's fine.
The most of it now.
It's okay.
It's so cool. It fits because this is the start of the Key EP, so it's like darker, edgier.
Dang.
Whoa. All right, but speaking of the EP, let's discuss the songwriting process of
Ew, baby.
this
Let's
song.
go.
So, I started the song on May 7th of 2021, which is a while ago, like most of my
A little
songs. But I started this one there was 1 week where I decided to write a bunch of songs in a row. And now I can show you guys what songs were written like the day before and the day after, which is really funny because now all 4 of those songs are released. I wrote more before and more after, but
Not released yet.
yeah. But like I wrote Intertwined, and then this one, Misery Loves Company, and then I wrote Detrimental literally the day after. And then the day after Detrimental, I wrote Calm Before the Storm. So quite a whiplash of writing, but I feel like that's when I do these weekly writing things, it's really fun because I try and write a song a day. I'm like, okay, I kind of get my default genre, the one that like the first day is kind of me like phoning it in a little bit, which is why that song I don't think I even finished. But then the next day I'm like, okay, well, what's the exact opposite of that? And then the day after that I'm like, okay, well, what's a big change in that? So I always like try and jump around each day to do something different from what I did the previous day. So that's why I went from a modern pop track, to this, which was a grungy alt rock song, to a 2008 pop track, to a ballad. Like that's why I like writing a whole bunch of tracks in a short period of time, because it helps me have perspective on like what I just did, so then I can really counter it and kind of do the extremes and differences. And This song was probably the one I was the most excited about because it was the one I released to Patreon literally the same month, which you'll see in the next slide. But I was inspired by like Nirvana, Incubus, Chevelle, all those like 90s alt-rock artists, because I think I've told this story before, but growing up...
Tell it again.
Yeah!
Tell it again.
Tell it again.
Growing up, my mom was really into like alt-rock, like 90s grunge, you know, the flannel, the everything, you know. And she we would exclusively listen to like rock music in the car, on the radio. Her favorite group was Incubus specifically. So I listened to a lot of them growing up, which means that once I started to pick my own music and kind of, you know, do my teenage like rebellious phase, I moved to pop, because to me, listening to pop music, to listening to Lady Gaga and Britney Spears was like the exact opposite of listening to like, you know, Nirvana and Foo Fighters and stuff.
You're so iconic for that.
So that was my teenage rebellious, but I do love this music. It's just something I don't like. It feels like home, I guess, if that makes sense. Is the kind of music that like it's very comfy. It's very like in the back of my head all the time, and I never really. It influences how I write all the time. Like I always say, I write EDM that's structured like rock music, and this was like the first I figured out how to make like an electric guitar sound with just synths, and I was like, oh, I can finally get close to that sound that's like constantly in my head. So that's what this song was. It was kind of like I don't know if return to form is the right word, but it's kind of like making the elevator music in my head real, except the elevator music is grungy alt rock.
Soon we'll get
coming back to your roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also tried to make the lyrics very, you know, late 90s angst. One example is the line, there was one line that was originally "Our dearest father," which I changed to "Oh holy father." And I wanted to get that kind of like, you know, teenage rebellion, like angry, grungy. I'm trying to think of another adjective. I'm a lyricist. You think I'd be better at this. But I tried to get those vibes, and I really nitpicked the lyrics to do that. I really wanted to like make sure they fit the vibe, and they're kind of some of the lyrics I've spent the longest on. I think both this and what goes around are two tracks I spent a long time on the lyrics, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to write. And like I said, I posted this to Patreon on May 21st, so that was the exact same month. I think I wrote that song on the 7th, and I normally post like a vocalist poll to my patrons on the 7th. So I wrote it, and I immediately was like, okay, this is the song for the month. And I made the options for the poll: Dex, Gumi, Amy, and Chris. I actually should have included this on the slide, but I made a tweet about who would have their own goth rock band. I think in my head, I was like, I hadn't fully fleshed out the song yet, so I didn't quite know the vibes. It ended up being more like grungy punk rock, but on Twitter, I think Dex won, and overall, Dex super won. But I think Gumi was a close second. However, I initially wrote this song kind of with Amy in mind. I feel like Amy Vocaloid 5, by the way. I feel like she was
the pink one.
Yeah, the pink one. I feel like she's
Amy
great
Rose.
for Amy Rose. I feel like she's great for rock music. She's got a very strong tone, very powerful, great range for it. So I decided to make her the alt version, because that was my initial vision. But I'm really glad that Dex won the poll, because I think he sounded the best out of the four options. He kind of ate more than me.
He stank it up.
Yeah.
He served.
He served a little bit.
He
a little
served
bit
and
more.
he ate what he served.
Yeah. Yeah, dropped it on the floor, picked it back up, ate it, said
Yeah,
5-second
ate it
roll.
He ate it off the floor.
Yeah.
Very
You know
Dex
how
of
it
him.
is.
You know how it is. He would eat off the floor.
Mhm.
And then this is the single art that I released to Patreon, which I make that normally has no like illustrative visuals. It's just like photos and stock photos. But this one had was a picture of a blood moon that I took while I was at the beach one night, and I like overlaid it on top of itself with like another picture, and I always said it looks like a moose, but
I still think it looks like the homophobic dog.
Whitney
Yeah.
Houston.
like I mean now that you said it, I can't look at this single art without hearing the "I know what you are," you know.
Bit fruity.
Right. But that's about how the song came together. It was me trying to write, you know.
It
My-
does kind of look like the homophobic dogs. He tried.
Oh no! Ah! I just saw a moose, but I mean, okay.
Where are the antlers? What moose?
The antlers are like.
Maybe it's a lady moose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought the antlers were like up here. Can you see my mouse? No, you can't. Like I thought they.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
You're miming to nothing.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
It could be a moose to you. It's okay.
All right. Speaking of moose.
Sure. Hi, I'm Rice. I did the character design. I'm doing peace signs, like double peace signs, like an anime girl. So just picture it in your head. I forgot to take the text off from under my thing, so let's move.
Rice did the character design.
I did the character design. It was all me. This is the mood board. I do mood boards for like basically all of the videos, and I never thought to put them in the after show. But here's the mood board I made for this one.
Yeah,
You kind of see
immediately.
the direction from
Yeah.
the character design as well as the direction that Crispy took with the video.
Mhm.
With like the magazine cutouts, the top right one especially, which mostly got cut off, which is awesome. But
But yeah, the character design ended up being.
yeah, so the next one is my draft for the character design. You can kind of see like immediately how he the kind of DNA like that was ingrained with him. Like having his titties out his titties were always going to be out.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I was trying to think of like the most like tasteful, like interesting way to get him to have his titties out. The fishnet
You
was
keep
also
saying that.
non-negotiable. What?
Nothing. Move on.
The color palette was done by Lone Inkopolis. She also did the color palette for a bunch of other MVs, like Just for Tonight and I think Falling Out of Love as well, and all these other stuff.
And also did the entire MV for Calm Before the Storm.
Yeah, she did Calm Before the Storm, yeah, but including the colors.
Yep.
So I said titties, so now everyone in chat is saying titties, and their messages keep getting like held back by
Oh no. Being
Sorry,
censored
guys.
by the man.
Sorry guys. Yeah, so I was trying to find like a good balance of like, well, how do I like? I think like the second one was kind of more of like I'm almost like a bondage kind of like
Yeah.
other
Ooh.
kind of thing.
Which is trendy. I always get like
Yeah.
really angry. Like I always not angry, but like what's the word? I always like yell at Rice whenever there's like just some casual fun anime character design and I'm like, why are they in bondage gear? What? Like
And I'm
like
the
N25
harnesses are
Miku?
fun. No, they're fun and cute.
But like colorful stage N25 Miku, she has like why does she got that? What's that?
It's an interesting character design.
But yeah, so bondage gear is in fashion.
Yeah, bondage gears and fashion. So, oh yeah, I
Very.
designed this July 2021. So he's like a year and a half old.
Mhm.
Happy birthday.
Happy
happy
birthday!
Yay!
Maybe he can eat solid foods now. I don't know anything about children.
His teeth are coming out.
His teeth are coming
Yeah.
in. What was it? I should have written notes down. I don't remember what I was going to talk about.
Well, you have some
That's okay.
sketches. Do you want me to move to the
I do
next
have some
slide?
sketches. Yeah, you can go on the next slide. These are the vibes I was
Yes.
going in with. Again, these are like a year old, so please don't judge me.
Except for the one on the right.
The
one on the bottom
oh,
right.
Oh yeah, the one on the bottom right. I drew. Oh, the text got cut off. I drew that this Monday because Meat said that she had plans on Friday night, so she might not make it to the premiere. So I drew it.
But then it turned out I didn't have plans.
And then she didn't, so yeah, I should have changed it to back to like Alone on a Friday Night.
You're pathetic.
You're pathetic. So my whole inspiration was this specific illustration of Grima by Okuma Yugo from Fire Emblem Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Just the specific one.
Yep.
This specific illustration.
There's more
so
sketches on the next slide.
The next slide is the storyboard. That's my direction
Okay,
slide.
yeah. So
I don't remember if I have anything else to say. I really should have written notes.
yeah. All right. I really liked. I think this design for Dex immediately had a strong characterization. Like I'm glad that my song immediately invoked this kind of stinky grungy man. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
your
Oh yeah.
conscience.
Me gave him eyebrows. I didn't give him eyebrows.
We'll go over the evolution of his brows a little.
Yeah. But after all these sketches, Rice made a big outline of assets to be created for the MV.
So I think it was like me. It was like what kind of whoa, sorry, my water bottle is dripping everywhere. So me was kind of like, what did you kind of have in mind? And so I was like, yeah, I had this like kind of ish, not really a storyboard, but like all these like kinds of ideas for poses. And so you can, it's probably hard to make out, but those are just like the lyrics. And so these are kind of the poses I provided to give like a really good vibe of, the stinky, smelly man.
They were really helpful. Like,
It's
I feel
so
like
emotive.
they really capture like the body language of what we were trying to go for.
Mhm.
I literally just
glad.
not copied, but I just drew what you drew, and it worked out so well.
Yeah, it came out super. Yeah, so I'm really glad I did these. I think I was really trying to channel Wuma at this time, the Vocaloid artist Wuma, who did like Usewa and Kilmer and Shama and stuff like that.
I saw someone compared the thumbnail to Usewa, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah.
Came through. Nice. But yeah, I think that's all for my part. Is there anything else I should say? I already forgot.
Well, the next slide is about the cool and awesome artists. So should we start talking about how we decided to go with them?
Yeah, well, all right, advance. Why don't we?
All right.
Advance? Let's go. Okay.
So invited me.
It's me.
Woo!
It's
It's
me.
me.
Theory on Twitter. It's me. So true.
Yay.
And then, Karma, there's CC on the video if you can't make out the lyrics in the video. Okay, but then if you go, so me is an amazing artist.
Oh.
You can go to the next slide. Go to the next slide.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So here's.
I love this left piece. That was one of the
so
first
good.
ones that because Rice when Rice has an artist in mind,
Right.
he'll immediately send me a piece that he kind of knows that I like to be like, oh, you want to get this artist.
You want to use this artist so bad.
And this left one with like checked all the boxes for kind of art that I just like to stare at.
Oh, I'm so glad.
But it's
That was
funny
a very
because
indulgent piece.
yeah, it's so pretty. I love the direction, the shapes, and the lighting. But it is kind of funny how I feel like that style is kind of not what we went for with the
Definitely not what we
MV.
used.
It was like the total opposite.
Yeah.
It's called Range.
It's called Range.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me and I kind of go way back. We knew each other way back in like the 2014, 15s. We were both in the mid 2010s. We were both in the like Vocaloid art like Asblog community on Tumblr, and so like we've kind of just been in touch like for years and years. And so for a lot of the artists that we got for the ZMYK project came from this application form that we opened. Like on Twitter, we were like, hey, do you want to draw for an MV? Send in your best work. And I put them all in a database. That was fun. But really, it was all just an elaborate plan to ensnare me because I really wanted me to do Misery Loves Company specifically. But we weren't on really your mutuals, I think, but I don't think we were really on speaking terms, so I didn't know if I could just like come in and be like, hey, do you want to draw for Vocaloid Envy? So I
did you know, I would have immediately, you could have just DM'd me and been like, hey, and I'd be like, yeah.
but okay,
Whatever
but
you need, I will do.
but I didn't do that. So I mean, obviously, this was not the only reason I opened the artist form, though that would be funny. But one of the big reasons that I opened the artist form was to like kind of entrap me and just like, oh, come here. I'm putting up a like a box held up by a stick or the cheese and
Google
like,
form.
ooh, form. And as soon as like the second like you applied, I was like grabbed you by the like you
Got like a net.
got it like a net.
It's so funny though because like I saw the applications, of course. I don't even remember applying. I just remember seeing it and be like,
blacked out.
I blacked out. Like next thing I knew, I was you were hitting me up on Discord, but like I just remember like I just like wanted to like draw Vocaloid stuff. It's been so long since I drew Vocaloid stuff, like really, because like you said, like we went hard in the paint for the Vocaloid Ask blogs back in the mid 2010s. But since then, I was never really in any like big Vocaloid projects. Like I did the Kagamine collab like every year or so. But other than that, like I don't know. I was like, oh, this is like nostalgic. This makes me so happy. Like, could you imagine like if I did and then I did? You could... Oh, do you want to show them like the next?
Oh
slide?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the next slide is the art is my favorite pieces from Meat. So if you advance Circus. So.
Yeah, so I mean, should we preface that some people might have seen the next
Yeah,
art
so
and they won't even
you
know?
might have seen the art from the next slide.
Okay.
So I always tell this story. So as I said, I've known Meat for years. For like we weren't like besties, but I've like known of even like in each other's circle for like 7 years, right?
So literally since we were like teenagers.
Yeah, since we were like the beast, and so like so Meat like on Twitter, you know, like a humble 2K followers. Suddenly she posts this picture of Chris McLean.
Total Drama Island.
Boom! I'm just like watching your followers skyrocket, and now you have like 80K followers on Twitter. And I talk about this constantly to anyone I meet at any given opportunities that I know the hot Chris McLean guy on Twitter.com.
I literally. Oh my god, you don't even remember you tweeting this, but I remember you tweeting this during that era, like when I was drawing like Total Drama and it just blew up out of nowhere and I was like starting to get a little scared because like my numbers were going too high and then there was like some discourse going on Twitter about like follower counts or whatever, like big artists, small artists. And then in the middle of all of it, I just remember you tweeting, I love that there's discourse happening. Meanwhile, I'm watching Meat hit 10K just because she drew hot Chris McLean. And I was like, I'm moving up in real time. The cute.
Oh yeah, and the Cupid baby, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Cupid baby, it's just because I love Cupies. I have Cupid tattoos and everything. And also, I think religious imagery is really funny when you apply it to, like, stupid things. So, like,
absolutely. Because you called this Cupifiction, right?
It's my favorite piece. Cupification. Cupifiction.
Cupifiction.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for me to put it on her print shop so I can buy it and hang it up in my home, in my kitchen.
I'll be sure to tweet it out once it's available to be bought.
Yeah.
But
but the other thing that I think Meat is known for, right?
Yeah, advance. Yeah, go.
Yes, my
Simpsons
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
My Simpsons art, and it's actually really like helpful that like the one on the right, which is actually like a draw this in your style that I did for those are like my boyfriend's like Simpsons. Like teen Simpsons designs. Also, if he's in the chat, hi babe. He didn't say anything, but that's okay. But it's okay, he's shy. But so the picture on the right is basically what Rice like sent me. He for like kind of like art direction for.
Yeah, I was like, so
yeah.
That you drawn up, I kind of want because you have like a lot of styles because you have the range. So I was like, this is the kind of style that I wanted. Was this like. You once called it goopy line. It's like probably like years ago, and I constantly think about that.
Goopy line.
Like these thick goopy lines and like very sharp angles and like flat colors, and I was like this kind of like I don't know what the term is, but like like these flat like grungy colors, and so this was kind of like the vision I had.
Oh, he's in the chat.
Oh, there he is. Hi.
I love you. Oh, but yeah, so yeah, he's basically like partially his art, like my art of his designs was like very helpful, and also like I just like love the really like angular like Jonan Vasquez, Jamie Hewlett, Robert Valley like art style. Like I love that early 2000s like type of kind of going off of what Circus was talking about earlier about how like to him like Return to Form was like this like 90s like grunge like rock like stuff because of like his mom. Like for me like this angular like art style was like very much like home to me. Like I've always loved drawing Vocaloids, especially in this art style, because I thought it was like a really fun dissonance from like what you usually see of Vocaloids. Like they're like anime, and I'm like, oh, what if they were ugly? But yeah, so like it was so, oh my god, it was like so fun drawing for this like MV. It was so indulgent, as you will see.
It looks like you had fun, and that's what's really important. That's what we try to do. We try to get artists to like draw like in their like comfort zone that they just really enjoy drawing, and so I'm so glad we could get you.
Especially because this was also, I don't know if we mentioned this already, this was one of the two like songs MVs that kickstarted the CMYK project.
Right, I forgot to talk about that. I should keep notes. So if you attended my the live stream for the after show for Just for Tonight, which was April, I think.
I think so, yeah.
So I think I mentioned in that live stream is that that was one of the songs that kickstarted the whole CMYK project. So what it was that me and Circus were like, I don't know, we were just like chilling, and I was like, what if you gave me a grab bag of random songs that you would like an MV for, and I just picked one at random and I made a whole MV and without asking you for input, and I just showed it to you at the end of the process, and this didn't end up working out because I'm stupid, but the two MVs that I really wanted to do was Just for Tonight and Misery Loves Company, and so Just for Tonight was the one that I ended up starting and not finishing, but Misery Loves Company was also like something, one of them I really wanted to do because I had such a vivid mental image of it. And actually, if you like, you don't have to go all the way back to my slide, but the color palette that I got from Lone, I got the color palette from Misery Loves Company on the same canvas as the color palette for Just for Tonight. Like that's like how like these are like sister songs, like sister MVs.
I love that.
In terms of like creation, yeah. I remember because I sent it to Cirque. Before I like told Circus what song I was working on, I was like, hey, I got the color palette back. Do you want to look at it and see if you can guess? And I sent the color palette for both Just for Tonight and Misery Loves Company because they were on the same canvas. I just sent both of them to him, and he was like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I think I do, because I was like, I can't tell.
Yeah. So it was like a little trick. But so for all intents and purposes, this Dex is like dysfunctional siblings with the Lily and Gumi. Put that in the lore. Someone write that down.
I'm gonna write that down in the notepad. Dex has gay sisters.
Oh wait, so it should probably just be one of them, right? Otherwise, it's kind of
okay.
weird.
One sister,
one gay sister, and one gay sister-in-law.
One gay sister and one gay sister-in-law.
Yeah.
There we go.
I feel like it's Dex and Lily. I feel like they're related somehow.
Aw, that'd be cute. I'm gonna draw that.
But speaking of drawing that.
Ooh.
Really on point with these transitions here.
Oh, you're killing it with these segues.
Thank you.
Yeah, segues.
As you can see, if like you recall, like back to Rice's concept sketches, I basically just drew what Rice already drew. For me, it was mostly playing with shapes and like proportions, mostly expressions, because I knew that like we wanted a specific amount of busts for him. And the one that like Rice was like very adamant about was the angel one. Like that was I think those were the first sprites that I finished, because like the other ones we kind of were just like vibing. Like we were kind of like, oh, and then what if he did one like this?
I gave the sheet and I was like, fuck around with any of these, but the angel ones I'm very like particular on. Like you gotta do these ones.
Yeah.
But like,
so like they were the first ones to get done, and I was like very happy with it because like I was still kind of like getting my footing on how I wanted to draw Dex. So like kind of starting it with those busts like kind of gave me like a good idea of like how to approach his expressions further, like what details to add to his face, like his eye bags and his lower lashes and like the shapes of his like eyes and his eyebrows. There you go.
There we
The
go.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Big.
So cool.
Yes, and you can see them.
Oh, but didn't you mention the whole like poses, like how you got them?
Oh yeah. So like, okay, so for these poses, there's one pose in particular that we will pay special attention to later. But for these poses, like to really make sure that I could get like the body right, like I literally was taking like reference photos of myself, like in my kitchen, like trying to like leaning back, like arching my back, like laughing maniacally and like crouching. It was very difficult, but I was like very nervous that I don't know. I just wanted his body to be readable at like every angle because I was like, I don't know where we're gonna like transition or zoom or whatever. So all of it is good. And
I think it came out so well.
It's so
thank
cool.
you.
So good.
Thank you. Yeah. So them's was
Here they
the
are.
bitches, and these are the buzz.
Here they are.
I love the eyes, the eye bags so much.
So good.
I'm so happy. I like
Big old
the,
teeth.
the big old teeth. The eye bags. Oh my gosh, like the lines, like the way of drawing like eye bags and like eyelash, like eyelids with like the lines. I don't remember who I don't know if it was Hachi specifically, but there was something about the line quality of like Hachi's older music videos, like the way that he would do like cross hatching or like using lines in certain things. That kind of like I kind of like carried that over into my own art for years moving forward. So these are like obviously these are his faces. His eyebrows have evolved.
Yeah, they keep getting thicker with each iteration.
With each iteration, they do get thicker. Like the thank you image that I drew like yesterday and posted, his eyebrows are so big. But my favorite sprite is the one on the very right, like the one of him with like he's like looking directly and like his mouth is open.
We all love the sprite.
It's
YouTube
so
loved
good.
the sprite. All of the default like thumbnails that it gave us were the sprite.
I was so happy. I'm so happy that was what like that was ended up being used for like my favorite part in the MV. And then it was used for the thumbnails and stuff. I feel like that was the best sprite of Dex that I did, and then everything afterwards was stressing me out because I'm like, I don't know if I can draw him as good as I did in this specific one.
Oh,
His
I
teeth.
feel that.
His teeth.
They all came out great for the record, but like
They're all
also
so
just, like,
good.
his teeth.
His teeth and his plastic teeth.
Oh yeah, the vampire.
His
Hey, I'm
vampire.
421 pairs of vampire teeth.
Don't you mean rent? No.
Both red.
But yeah.
I also
So,
remember mentioning like how the eye bags look like he got punched in the face by two people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
twice, like at the same time.
He got punched with two fists at the same time, so
Look at
that's
him,
why
he's
they're
been
both
crying.
developing.
I could also feel
yeah.
he was crying.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he got punched and then he started crying. So his
Yeah,
eyes are really
yeah.
puffy. That's why they're
And
so
puffy and
squinty.
red.
Yeah.
He's actually going through it. Like this is him post breakdown.
Yeah.
He
He's
just got jumped.
Oh yeah, he's the type of character that like I like how everyone saw the MV and you look at this and you're like, wow, he's so cool. Look at how cool he is. But every single time we're talking about him, we just make him more and more pathetic.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he got jumped. Oh, he's been crying.
We literally we have done everything to make him as cringe fail as possible.
Dex drank 6 bottles of NyQuil.
Dex drinks NyQuil. Dex has celiac disease.
Oh,
Like, can't eat gluten.
can't eat gluten.
That's me.
That
I'm
is
the
me.
pain that I crave.
I can't eat gluten. Pain that I crave. Well, speaking of that part,
Ooh.
Next, yeah, the full bodies.
yeah, these are
His
so
leash.
cool.
I love what Meat did with the leash. And you might notice in the original character design, the leash was much shorter. I think I kind of intended it that he like chewed it off or something. I don't know. But
He's free.
Meat, like Meat brought it back, so it also like the way that like it like curls around him and like adds all this motion. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. It kind of actually looking at it now, like when we were talking last night about that one like Fire Emblem like person's like art and like how when the clothes are ripping off, they're like spinning off of them.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's kind of like this.
Mhm.
So like it all comes full circle. The one on the far left is my absolute favorite, so I'm very glad it was saved for like the very very end when he screams.
Yeah.
He's the same. He's depraved.
He's like, when you eat the fry.
Blink Dog with that song. It sounds so dramatic, but he's lactose intolerant, talking about eating ice cream floated like a dick.
No, like a dick.
He's the pain that he craves.
He's the pain that he craves.
Floated. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, thank you. The shapes of the tail. That was also really fun to do.
Yeah.
And so, chat, what do we think about the middle one, where we can
yeah.
see his pancake ass? Guys, what do we think? Chat, what do we think about this?
His pancake ass and his like tail
And
that
his tail
is poking
sticking out of
through his
his
fish
head.
head.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about that? What do we think?
Yeah. Let's get like opinions in chat.
Because we would like hearing your opinions would be interesting because that specific pose
Went through
had a lot of opinions.
I had to get him to show his ass.
For some reason, that was I don't know what it was. I think it was like way early on before I even started drawing like the full bodies. We just kept talking about like, oh, we need like an ass shot, like a tits and ass pose.
Yeah. So like the left one is if you remember throwback to like 10 minutes ago when Meat showed the sketches. And so this is the original one, and I was like, okay, so but what if like he showed like the ass a little bit more? And so the middle two are my suggestions as to how to draw the ass, and the one on the right is Crispy.
It ended up working out. It ended up these revisions ended up being fully for nothing. Because by the time I made like the actual sprites, like he's as flat as a board.
Yeah.
Like I chickened out. I got scared.
You nerfed him.
I got scared because I was like,
as we slap his ass, it just stays flat.
they deflated.
Cheeks down. Oh.
I think it's because like I was going in such like a very like direct, like everything about him rectangular, like triangle.
He was very flat and rectangular, and I do think giving him a bubble butt might have messed with the shapes, but
it might have been a little too distracting. And I was like,
really funny.
Only angles here. You don't want a triangle ass, but
maybe his jeans like slim him down. We don't know.
Yeah.
He's kind of naked in these.
I think his flat ass is good and right. I just really love Crispy's because the little face that's like
like a little supervillain.
Yeah,
I didn't have the original drawing on hand because I drew it at work.
You like hunched over.
So I just asked a company time.
Oh,
Like,
no.
please don't look over here.
Your coworker like glances over and they just see you like carving out like two little like semicircles. But that's how we got Pancake Dex.
Yeah.
And we love him.
Mm-hmm.
We love him.
Minecraft's Steve ass.
It's literal. It's so true. That's what he is. He plays Minecraft and he loses. He manages to lose Minecraft.
He
cheats at Minecraft and still loses.
And he still loses. Exactly. He's very cringe fail.
Yeah.
Got kicked out of Puzzle Miku's Minecraft server, modded Minecraft server.
Yeah.
He got kicked. He's not part of the SMP.
He's not.
I don't even know.
Part of the CMYKSMP. That's a long acronym.
That's a long.
KS. Yeah, whatever.
I'll forget that.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's all good.
But once all these assets were done, it was time to make them schmove. Make them move.
For the magic.
Which was Crispy's job.
Crispy's one hell of a magician. Crispy.
Crispy.
So Crispy worked on previous videos. They did all of Just Treat Me So Right. And so I thought it would be they did work on other videos too, but I specifically thought like, oh, it'd be really funny, Crispy, wouldn't it be really funny if you did Treat Me So Right, which is very like pink and glamorous and like very like I keep thinking rainbow capitalist because we keep making that joke about her. But very, very pop. And then I was like, what if we give you the exact opposite?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be funny?
So grunge.
I love it though. It's range.
The
It's so
range.
good.
It was
It's
so
range.
cool.
Yeah, I think I remember I think like Crispy finished Treat Me So Right like super early on, and so I was like, do you want to like help with any other videos if you have time? And you were like, yeah. And so I gave you this, and I was like, okay, but I think Misery Loves Company would be really funny.
Yeah.
Well, I had so much fun doing Treat Me So Right and like the rest of them that I was like, hey, can you give me more? Do you have anything else that I can do? But yeah, it did come down to like Misery Loves Company being so different from Treat Me So Right, and also like
Go to the next slide, sorry.
like the first time I listened to it, like I immediately sort of I saw the vision. And I think that's the same with like everybody else on this project. It was like so immediate. But my job was like really easy this time around because if you remember the direction slide where Rice had drawn a bunch of like preliminary sketches, the lyrics were also on there. So I took it as sort of a storyboard, and I so the original animatic, like the first animatic that I did, I just took the sketches that Rice did even before Meat. I think even before Meat had even started on the finished stuff, and threw them together based sort of on where the lyrics were, and then when we got the final assets, they were so pretty and like not pretty obviously, but like so striking, and like with the strong silhouettes and like the intense facial expressions and everything, it was like already so perfect. I could have just like slapped them on a moving background or something and called it a day. They were so pretty.
Thank you.
So I just like sort of replaced Bryce's original sketches with the final assets, and so really my job came down to gathering like a bunch of stuff to put in the background, and the keywords for that were grunge and grime.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
So I wanted to use paper cutouts based on Rice's Pinterest board, yeah. And I wanted some like gross splatters. They ended up being mostly blood splatters, but what I had in mind originally was like gross crust that you find on like public bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
I get
Oh my
that.
god, that's very like punk dive bar.
Yeah.
Like the heavily stickered like bathrooms at like dive bars. That's so perfect. Oh my god, your mind.
That's exactly where this MV takes place.
For real. Was the image, was the picture that Rice drew of him looking in the mirror with horror written on it, was that in this slideshow?
Yes.
Oh, we didn't add. Oh, we forgot to add the doodle of Tex on the toilet.
If you want to make
Okay,
a slide
I'll
after
post it.
this, I'll reload.
Yeah, we can refresh it.
Okay.
Also, Trick Yuger asked, is it actual paper cutouts? Was it?
They're from a pack that I bought. So
Ooh.
I think they were originally, but I did not do all the tedious cutting out of paper and stuff. I know the collage texture background is real. There's like a video of the guy who made it, like actually cutting everything out, putting it together. So,
that's
so
cool.
it's authentic.
Ooh, that's awesome. It looked so cool, but I just assumed that you like somehow finessed it.
It looked so good that I would have
It
believed that
does.
you had actually gotten like magazine and like scanned them one
Yeah,
by one.
exactly.
I would have too.
The eyes and like all the like various images are actually from Unsplash, I think is the website. So they're just like random people that I put a texture over.
Oh, in the hands and the iconic shot.
Yeah.
My favorite shot, literally, the
So
top
good.
left is
So
actually
good.
like, it's I think it's like the culmination of everything good that worked.
That was the first shot that I actually worked on. It was like the first one to come to me. And those hands, she told me not to tell anyone, so I have to talk about it. Those hands are my mom's. Somebody, I think, in the comments said that they were Circus's hands, and I was like,
No,
they were
they're not
Circus's
mine.
hands. No, they're Crispy's moms. Mrs. Business's moms.
Thank you, Mrs. Crispy.
Everyone say thank you, Mrs. Crispy.
Thank you, Mrs. Crispy.
Thank you, Mrs. Crispy. Oh, but didn't you mention that the collage, especially the face thing, was inspired by a certain game?
Yeah. So it came from the Pinterest board, but that made me think of the final boss battle with Flowey in Undertale.
Nice.
So that's what I had in mind the whole time when I was working on it. That's the image that I came back to.
Like when you said that, I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
So good. I think also early on you mentioned Devil's Manor, the Vocaloid song.
Yeah.
By
Oh,
Tatsuya
yeah.
something, I forget. Is it part of Sky? But I also remember you mentioning that song as well, which has such a striking collage style as well. It's just
That one's all made out of cutouts and stuff.
Mhm.
It's a little less grungy. It's a little more like high class. So it was basically just let's take that and make it creepy and gross like Flowey.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I mentioned how I
Come on,
love
Bert.
the face thing, but going back to the hands, those really stood out to me because, you've seen other media with face cutouts before. Not that it isn't original, but it's I've seen it before in my life at some point, But the hand thing, using real assets of body parts for specific things with drawn assets, I was like, what? So
That's so cool.
so I
And
still love it. That scene is just so cool.
It's so good. And talking about that sprite specifically, originally I drew his hand up,
Mhm.
and then Crispy was like, "Can you actually take out his hand?" And I was like, "Okay, that's cool with me. I don't want to draw hands."
Fair.
So I was like, I don't know why, but I actually kind of liked it. At first, I thought it was he's folding his hands in his lap, but no, this is way better.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that this is what you were gonna do with it, but again, your mind is so
You're
huge.
so smart.
So cool.
I remember you sending the top right one in the chat, and I remember you being like, "Is this too much? The face on the collage thing?"
I loved it.
And you were all like, "No, keep it."
No,
Please
not
don't.
too much at all.
Well, because I
Perfect.
was also thinking that it's been done, so I was like, maybe it's a little cheesy, but
It's so
No.
fun.
That's what makes it
Oh.
fit with the vibes.
Mhm.
Someone in the chat said the cutouts initially reminded me of Nape of the Neck, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
we were just talking about
We
that.
talked
last
about
night.
we
that.
talked about
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that MV. I think
Mhm.
I'm so glad that I got to work on an MV that basically has also that collage vibe, because I think that's so cool. You're so cool.
So cool.
You're so cool, Crispy.
Crispy's so cool.
We all think Crispy is so cool.
I'm not, I assure you.
But your visions are.
Oh, but the next slide. The next slide
Oh
is
yeah, the work.
Oh, yeah.
work.
Baby.
So, as I
Baby.
was saying,
Baby spotted.
that poor baby is gonna be in that video forever.
Baby
Bernie and
grows up.
find his baby photo in this video. So like I said, I had sort of finished a rough sketch of the video really early on. This specific step took 90% of the time that I spent working on this. I wanted to do magazine cutouts for all the lyrics just to fit in, because I felt like a font on screen wouldn't fit so much. I underestimated how much work it would be. I had to throw all those together, make sure all the fonts and stuff worked together and they looked authentic enough. And then I had to animate all of them individually.
Oh,
So
Damn.
the file for these things is huge.
Oh, it's massive.
It may
Oh
have
my
been the thing that
God.
crashed, killed my computer permanently.
oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
The baby
Dex.
killed it.
Dex.
God damn it, Dex. Damn you, Dex.
No, because I would Crispy very kindly gave me the After Effects file for it, so I could like pull like assets from it and like make like the trailer and stuff like that. And I was just like poking around in it, and like I hope you don't mind me talking about this. But it was just like all of these like strips were in one comp, and then they all had the like the fold out animation, and then each time it appeared on screen, it was just masked out. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but I thought it was so cool and such an efficient way to do it. And I was like, wow, that's so smart.
It was not efficient. It was not efficient. It was so tedious. I'm sorry.
I can't think of any other more efficient way to do it. It's because I would have done them one by one. And like,
After Effects is just a nightmare program. Nothing is efficient.
It isn't. You know what? That's true. It's like as efficient as you can get in After Effects. But no, yeah, I remember I saw KK Pops like way earlier said like, oh, the typography in this video is so good. Like I think it's the best in CMYK. And it's like, yeah, it's because it's not a video I made, so there's actual effort put into it. I hate thinking about typography.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It is, but
hard,
it's so cool when it's done like all fancy like this.
It's so cool. Crispy, you're so cool.
You're so cool.
It was a massive file though. When I was rendering, I rendered like a TikTok version of it, just like of a refrain, and it took like 2 hours. And I was like, damn, I got Rosetta Stone in here.
Yeah.
At what cost? You made the TikTok, but at what cost?
At what cost?
At what cost?
At
It's not
this
even
cost.
it's not even doing numbers.
It's doing okay.
Hey,
but-
I duetted it, so maybe
Oh
it
my God.
will.
Oh.
Okay,
I
okay,
did-
yeah.
I
We
did
gotta
duet
get
it.
We gotta get Meats. Yeah, last time I checked, it wasn't doing numbers, but maybe Meats TikTok clout will change that.
Please, my TikTok clout. No. No, don't say that. It's the worst place to have clout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing no one here is having a TikTok that's blowing up on TikTok with 200k views right now, huh?
It's 300k.
Oh man, that's so tough.
200k?
It's at 300k. So yeah, I posted a TikTok about the Set It Off collab, and it's at over 300k in a day. It's been like a little over a day now.
Damn.
The people love Miku.
Yeah.
They get to see her in her rawest form.
Yep. The V2 box.
Her in the studio. All right, but we're at an hour again. This was another long one, but
Yeah, but after all this, if you guys have any
We're-
questions,
we're
feel
at
free
the
to
end,
ask us.
So
Woo!
this is the Q&A session.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we'll go for because we usually stop around this time, but maybe we'll go for like another 30 minutes. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. So, if you guys
Whatever
have any
question.
questions for us, it could be for
Mhm.
any of us. It could be about the MV, or it could be not. For example, I'll start. I'll start with a question for Meat, since this is your first after show.
Mhm.
Aw. Yes.
Who is your favorite vocal synth?
Oh. Who's my favorite?
Yeah.
I would lay my life on the line for Rin.
So true, so true, so true.
Kagamine Rin is my baby, is my baby. I had an Ask blog for her forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the ways that I drew Dex is you can see it in the way that I used to draw Rin.
Mm-hmm.
But I love her. She's and Len is okay, I guess. But like Rin, Rin is my girl. I love her. She exudes gremlin energy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So thank you for
Oh my
that
God.
question.
Thank you
Ben,
for
if you
ever do-
answering.
If you ever do a Rin song, please.
We
Oh,
will call you.
I will
Don't
call
worry.
you up. Yeah, yeah.
How far did you guys go with the Dex being pathetic lore?
I will
Alright,
say,
so here's-
speaking of being pathetic, I'm gonna let you guys go off, and I'm actually gonna go AFK real quick.
Okay, so yeah, we can talk about Dex being a sad, wet little man while he's gone.
Sad wet little man.
a sad, wet little man. Let's see, what do we do? Wait, can we get the? Oh man, he's gone. We can't manipulate the
damn it.
PowerPoint.
It's
But-
okay.
What was it? We gave him celiac disease.
Yeah, he can't eat
He
gluten.
can't eat gluten.
I think we also made him lactose intolerant.
Yeah. He just has a lot of allergies.
He's a bubble boy. He is allergic to most things.
Mhm.
What else?
I mean,
Gay.
this Dex he's
Gay and homophobic.
gay and homophobic. He has the worst beef with Detrimental Big Al.
Yeah.
He has the worst beef with Puzzle Miku. I think he has beef with everyone now that I think about it. I don't think anyone likes
Except
Everyone
Marco
hates him.
Polo Kaito.
Oh yeah, Marco
We
Polo
talked-
Kaito. Yeah, they're chill.
I think it's just because Marco Polo Kaito is also kind of pathetic, but
Yeah,
pathetic in like a way that you
yeah.
pity him.
Yeah,
Like you don't
where-
pity Dex.
Yeah. Oh my
Dex-
god, this tricks in this Dex feels like a Tumblr sexy man, and a requirement for that is him being pathetic. We did it. We made it a Tumblr
We
sexy
did-
man.
I
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it, team.
Who does Dex have a crush on? Everyone and no one. Wait, what was the chart that you wrote? Gay but doesn't want you.
Yeah, Gabe doesn't want you. I think he's nursing a heartbreak. I don't think he's in a position yet. I think someone broke up with him.
Ooh.
Maybe
and
maybe
we'll-
Dinah from One Day from the I can't remember if it was on Yellow or Magenta. I'm not a good project runner.
Wait, I kind of love that though. Like the idea that like Dinah definitely like dumped him.
yeah,
and that's
she
why
dumped him.
And this is kind of his like catharsis. Like he's
Mhm.
kind of like letting go of all of his feelings, and also like he's kind of having his like his Fleabag era where he just like sleeps around with groupies and stuff, but everyone thinks it's embarrassing.
Mhm. Oh, it was from Yellow. Yeah, One Day from Yellow, which was featuring Dinah, which was like a Cascada kind of sound, which I think is a really funny mental image.
I
and
love that.
One Day is kind of like about like. I feel like it's about like losing like the thought of someone you thought you knew. So I think it's a really funny mental image of these two like recuperating from breakup in totally different ways.
I love breakup drama.
If you want to hear more, you should buy Yellow, which is out now. It's the first EP in the CMYK project. You want to get it so bad.
Ooh, you want it so bad. I'm scrolling
you
through
want to get it so bad.
I'm scrolling through the chat to see other questies.
Mhm.
Oh, what was my Ask blog? It was Ask Miss Rin. I ran it as a teenager, so if it's embarrassing and cringe, that's why. I was in high school. But yeah. And what else?
How long have you guys worked at AE, and how did you get into learning editing? How long have I worked at AE? 5 years? I think I started in 2017 or 18. I remember because that's when I built my PC. How did I get into editing? Learning editing? I think the first things I edited were like Danganronpa versions of like Vocaloid MVs. So everyone starts somewhere.
What better place to start?
Yeah, Crispy, what about you?
Oh,
How did the devil get you?
I was in a film class and I did not want to make films, so I learned how to animate instead.
That is so true.
You're so slay for that.
You're so safe for that.
And that was like back in high school, so it's been like 5 years.
Mhm. You've been in this game for a hot minute.
Yeah, I still don't know shit about nothing.
I had to learn
For real.
I had to learn After Effects in college for graphic design, and I just barely failed. Barely failed, barely passed.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait, that's so sad.
I barely failed. I couldn't even make 0. No, but oh my god, it's so, I don't even know how you guys do it. Like, you guys are incredible with that. That was so cool.
Selma said earlier, I know we're all shitting on AE, but is there anything alternative? I don't know.
No.
No.
For real. It sucks, but it's like the best there is.
No.
I'm constantly mad about this.
Like AVU tool is pretty good, but it's also a really steep learning curve, and apparently doesn't render in 1080p. Now I'm just learning that. That's crazy.
Insane.
That is crazy.
Every now and then, like Adobe will do some dumb shit, and there'll be like that one post going around of here's Adobe alternatives. And then like for AE, they list Blender, and I'm like, get out of here!
No.
Get out of here! Like
Blender is not the same.
I hate Adobe as much as anyone, but you cannot look into me and say you can use Blender. Like
Look
Blender,
into me.
like look into my eyes and tell me that you can use. Like Blender is like one of those programs. Like yes, you could theoretically use it to do anything. But
at what cost?
But I would not.
But at what cost?
Someone I do use Blender for AE thinks someone's just stronger than the Marines.
Yeah.
God, so true. Oh, right. Someone remembers you from the olden days.
Oh God. Oh, hey, what's back? What's up? You're back.
Hello. What I miss?
Talking about After Effects.
Talking about After
yeah.
Effects.
Understandable.
After Effects.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Did I miss any questions?
So people were asking how do you tune Dex, so realistically.
Yeah.
Let's see. I tuned him like how I normally tune, which is not the best answer. But I did use
You just made it
Vocaloid.
like that.
I did use Vocaloid 5 for this one. So he has some of the vocal fry and a little bit of the, you know, like other Vocaloid 5 effects. Because this was tuned and mostly finished over a year ago. Vocaloid 6 is out now. But at the time, Vocaloid 5 was the only one out. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it sounds a bit different than my other stuff. Using Vocaloid 5, it was fun.
Cool. We got another cue. We got more cues. We got oodles of cues.
Ooh.
I was just gonna ask this earlier too. Of like, did you write the lyric? Did you have the lyrics in mind when you write them on the day, or did you figure them out later?
So when I write songs, like back to back, day after day, I try and do full outlines in each day. So that means the entire instrumental and entire melody and entire lyrics all done in one day. So sometimes I go in with a meaning or lyric in mind first, but this one I wanted to go in with the vibe in mind first. You know, the like, you know, the grungy vibe. And the lyrics ended up being kind of about like, you know, a holier than thou, you know, like perception of like stuff, but then realizing that it's like the vocalist is also the same, you know, in that kind of way, you know, and like you're all messed up and crazy, but I'm also messed up and crazy, you know, that type of
Joker era.
Welcome
yeah.
to my twisted mind.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said it reminded them of like early creepypasta days, and I was like, yes, that's kind of what I'm channeling.
Did you see that one comment that was like, I thought this was a 3 Days Grace cover?
Oh my god.
I love that.
I saw someone else say like it gave them like My Chemical Romance vibes.
Yeah,
That's so great. I love
That's
that.
so great for you.
I was walking my dog earlier and I was listening to like this playlist I made that was called like my 6th grade iPod shuffle, and it's like Flyleaf and like 3 Days Grace and all that.
Oh my
And
god,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, these are all stuff that Dex would listen to, and this is all
Absolutely.
stuff that was like channeled so perfectly like in the song because you're a genius.
Oh. I do have a playlist that's like it's not exactly these vibes, it's more of like what I listened to in middle school, which is like, because there's a difference between grungy alt rock and like punk, like mid 2000s punk. But the playlist that I often listen to has like a Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, Paramore.
Yeah, that's the stuff, baby.
Yeah.
Pop punk.
Yeah.
That's that pop punk.
And I listen. That's kind of what I listen to whenever. I've been listening to it a lot lately. Actually, it's like my go-to playlist. I think I'm having a pop punk moment again.
Your circus rock era.
Yeah, it's the rock
Yeah.
era.
The rock era.
The rare.
Rock. What? Let's see. What's Dex's favorite food?
We said pizza rolls, but then we made him glue it. But now he's like lactose intolerant now too, so I
Oh,
guess he
no.
really can't eat them.
Maybe he
That
eats them
doesn't
anyway.
mean it can't be his favorite food.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Hey, listen, I didn't become lactose intolerant till I was like 20. So you know,
No,
like, you
yeah,
could have
sorry,
hit him.
Same.
Oh, no,
I
you
didn't
go first.
become gluten intolerant until this year.
There you go. We're all late bloomers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone asked in the COC, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sorry. Asked in the chat. I want to draw Dex in the MV. Is the art post anywhere? Yes, it's on the page on the website. He's there, menacing.
Menacing,
just standing
looking, watching, waiting for you to click on the
Menacingly.
page and be like, ha.
Here's a cue for Crispy. Who's your favorite Krypton, Lloyd?
Oh,
Oh,
Mako.
So
Of course
true.
No
Slay.
context.
Correct answer. Ding ding.
Mako more like Slayko.
So true. I know that's right. Meiko.
I know that's right.
He eats and eats till he gets sick. Yeah.
Exactly.
I know, right?
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Midlife pizza roll deprivation.
Yeah, because you had canon. Did you already mention that you had canon? Like,
Celiac disease and lactose
not just that,
intolerance.
but also that he is like 25.
Yeah, we made him we decided that he's 25.
Yeah.
No particular reason other than he just exudes guy who's in his mid 20s.
Yeah, guy who's starting to get back pain.
Yeah. So it's definitely Misery Loves Company is entirely about suddenly developing food intolerances in your mid 20s.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not based off of any real experiences.
No.
by any of them.
We're all coping. Oh, this is a cute group question. Who's your fave underappreciated Vocaloid? Let's go in a line.
Oh, okay. Mine, I've got two. One of them's like kind of an answer. The other one I think definitely fits the bill. My first thought is Miki. I think Miss
Yes.
SFA2 Miki. I know people are like, well then use her more, but I might in the future. But also, yeah, I do put her on vocalist polls on Patreon. People don't vote for her, but also,
Ouch.
she doesn't have an English voice bank, and I don't speak Japanese fluently enough to like write my own lyrics. I have to ask a friend who then also asks a friend again. I have to go through like 2 layers of making sure that, like, for Kimi o Sangasu, that track had like I asked Listriel to help me with the lyrics, and then I think we also asked someone else to like proofread, and it was like, to write Japanese lyrics is a lot. But that's all an excuse, but I think Miki deserves more. But the really underappreciated one that I think is the sleeper hit, I think she kind of pops off, is Miss Azuki. Miss Vocaloid for
Yeah.
Azuki. I love her. She's so good. Azuki and Miki are my 2 answers. Rice, what are yours?
Nice.
Pink girls.
Girl.
So back in the day, back in old 2014, the way that I met Meat and Crispy initially was because I ran an Ask blog for Flower, Vocaloid Flower, and this was before she popped off or anything like that, and so I still, in my like deepest DNA, somehow feel like Flower is underrated. She's very much not. But when I saw that question, my first gut reaction was, "Oh, Flower." No, it's not 2014 anymore.
I think Mika is really underappreciated.
Yeah, I think Miku's really underrated.
Nobody gives
But-
Miku a chance.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But not Flowers. So I think Flowers' lovely sister Xinhua, who is a Chinese voice bank. She also has a Japanese voice bank. She's very cute. She's blue and pink. I love her so much. I think Nula used her and Flower in a song together, and is a Decanism, I think. And she sounds so good in it. I want her to get updated. I want her on 10 or something. Xinhua. That's my answer. Anyway.
Nice. I think for me, it's like not so much like one Vocaloid. It's like the group. It's like a group. Even though like one or two of them, like they're like kind of popular now, so it doesn't really count. But like as like a unit, I always really like the PFX Vocaloids.
Yeah.
So like Big Al, Sweet Ann, Oliver. Even though Oliver is popular now, Yohio. Because in my head, when I ran an Ask blog, like for me, I always really like making them like a little spooky family, because Big Al and Sweet Ann's like original box art was like they were kind of like Frankenstein-y, and I really loved that. I love like the old like Ingloid art. Also Miriam. Okay, maybe Miriam is my
True.
nobody
true,
remembers
yeah.
Miriam. I'm like my queen.
I think she's discontinued.
She is.
Exactly. That's how.
Yep.
God.
She's dead. She's
Oh.
gone.
Poor Miriam.
I also had an Ask blog for Miriam. I was popping off with the Ingloids.
Yeah.
But I loved her. I thought she was really cool. Like, I thought her voice was like cool, and like it's so dated because she was one of like the OGs. She's so friggin' old. I don't know.
Gilf.
I just have a soft spot for Gilf. Literally, she's like
I
she's
love
a hot
Miriam.
grandma.
She was the first before I had my sorted past with not so legal versions of Vocaloid. She had a demo. Miriam had a demo that was to demonstrate how a vocal synth would work, but this was before the standard like you just would be able to get them for like 14 days, right? Miriam's demo was really unique in that you could have her for as long as you wanted, I think, but she could only sing "I love you." Like
That's kind of cute.
she would not say
Aw.
anything else. You can make her say
Grandma.
"love you," "I," or whatever, but she could only sing "I love you" and like any notes you wanted, any way you wanted, and that was immediately like this was Vocaloid 1, so it was like old and hard to use even in like 2008. But I remember that was me. That was my first realization that I was like, whoa, I can make these guys sing whatever melody I want, you know? And it was really
Aw.
cute. So I always have a soft spot for Miriam because of that.
Miriam lovers unite.
Crispy, what about you? Who's your favorite underrated Vocaloid?
Oh yeah.
Well, I honestly I can't tell at this point if she's underrated, but like Iroha's my all-time fave.
Oh, she's so good.
I think she counts as
Yeah.
I
underrated.
think she's. I don't know if she's under. I think she deserves more though.
Yeah.
She does.
Oh,
for
she
sure.
deserves the world.
Yeah, she deserves everything.
Iroha's like one of those, what is it? I think Iroha, not to the extent of Pico, but it's kind of like one of those characters that like we in the Western fandom have really latched onto and really like. But I don't think she has as strong like content creation or as strong as like a following in like other spheres, you know?
It's so sad.
Similar to like, you know, Pico, like every Vocaloid has a following in every language and like every community, but I feel like there's some that in the West, I'm sure if people from like other Vocaloid spheres like looked at what we consider like our collective like popular favorites, they would be like, Pico? Iroha? Really? You know? But it's like they're neat.
They're
I like 'em.
Scrumbles.
Yeah.
They're scrambled.
He's
I
got-
love.
I mean,
Pico.
in Pico too, like they've got such a they've got so much personality just in like the box art JPEG.
Yeah.
It's really surprising.
Mm-hmm.
I love Pico. Weird little mouse boy. Not like
Weird
a
little
mouse. He's not a mouse.
USB man.
A USB. I was thinking like a mouse.
Like a man, and you just like start shaking it around.
I feel so bad because I'm like a Miki stan from day one. So I didn't know, I mean, because nobody knew that Pico was meant to go with Miki. So the entire time, for his entire existence, I always hated him. Because I was like,
Because everyone.
this little
everyone's
man
sad,
just stole Miki's pose, stole Miki's silhouette. He's jacking her style. I don't like him. Bad vibes.
That's her brother.
Let them live. They're related.
They're family.
They're family.
But I didn't know.
They were separated apart.
You-
It's just like Story of Evil.
But
You really brought Miki into your home, and then Pico tried to come in too, and you slammed the door in his face.
yeah. Although I do have the headcanon that I love the Miki Iroha like pairing as like Ami Mami Idolmaster like twin siblings, like Rin and Len.
Oh,
You know, like the Rin and Len
Aw.
thing, but with like Miki and Iroha. I love that, like little prankster, you know, siblings. So that's also kind of why I didn't embrace Pico.
Embrace Pico.
as
You're like,
Miki's
Nick
brother.
already has a sibling.
Yeah.
Man, maybe we hate Pico in this. I love Pico.
I love Pico.
I like
love
him.
Pico. I made him like a Twitch streamer before Twitch streamers were even a thing.
That's
Oh my
so
God.
funny.
He
You're
was
so
a
smart.
gamer.
Wasn't he like Rin's like ex and they had like
Yeah.
a messy breakup?
He was like Rin's ex, and
It's so real.
Rin's ex who works at GameStop.
So real.
That's a bit too fitting.
It's so bad. But
Miko.
Miko. Miko Pico.
Mika said, like, just want to say rice, meat, and crispy sounds so good. You keep trying to think of a way to string our names together in a way that makes sense.
I keep trying to say Rice Krispie meat, and you won't let me.
Because that like invokes to me like a rice crispy, but like the color of ground beef. Like ground beef
No.
with the texture of a rice crispy. That's the image that it evokes when you say that.
But it flows off the tongue so well. I don't care what it evokes. Okay, if it evokes marshmallows covered in burger, like, fine.
Crispy meat and rice.
Crispy meat rice probably makes more sense because now I just think of fried rice.
Yeah, that just makes just like
Mhm,
fried rice.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all concession food. At the
Yeah, we're
circus.
concession foods at the circus.
We're circus food.
Oh my god, yeah. Also,
Yeah.
he is in
What a very
chat.
fancy circus.
Mr. Cume
Wait,
spotted.
Jesus been here!
Sorry, I just got back. Anyway, you have moderation powers. Use them wisely.
Whoa, mods be upon you.
Bryce, I didn't realize that your ticket still just says guy.
You know what? You thought I was gonna change it? No, I changed it from animator to say God.
I was like, oh wait, that's an oversight. Weren't you supposed to fix that? No.
No,
Mhm.
It's intentional.
this is just how it is.
You can't talk about the ass vlogs. I'll start crying. I'm gonna start talking about Len. No, I won't. Just kidding. Sorry.
God.
Oh, let's see. Someone asked, hey Circus, I know you mentioned it before a little, but how will the Key EP play out?
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So, I'm a little behind on the mastering for it, so I don't have pre-orders available with this MV, but they should hopefully be available with the next one. It's going to play out the same as all the other EPs. It will be released in December. It's going to have 5 tracks. And then, because I've kind of announced this on my 12-hour stream, I'm working on a version of CMYK that's the full thing, that has all the EPs together and some bonus things.
Yeah, so K, the EP with 5 songs on it, will release in December, and then we're also planning to release CMYK, which is the album with all of the EPs together, essentially. That's like the whole thing of the project, like the the color thing and the.
Yeah.
Shout out to the person on VocaDB who put like the definition of the CMYK model like on the page for the CMYK project in the VocaDB. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for
God.
that.
So cool.
God works hard, but wiki mods work harder.
So true.
Really? VocaDB, like,
VocaDB slaps. Shout out
it really
to
does.
VocaDB.
Yeah, God, so cool, so great.
That's good.
But yeah, so Key's gonna release with 3, maybe 4, probably 3 MVs.
Yeah. I guess keep an eye out. Hopefully, like, I guess I'll say Q2 of next year. Late spring, early summer, for something else.
Involving CMYK. Have we already talked about it, Key?
Yeah. So I'm planning a like physical release of CMYK.
Yeah, so CMYK will release like in December as well, I think, right? Like the album will release in December as well, and then
Key will release in December, and then the big like CMYK complete edition. I haven't finalized the name, but you know, the like probably just
Yeah.
CMYK, because you know that's what it is.
yeah.
We'll have a physical edition
Oh, okay.
and that physical edition will also be put on streaming services around the same time. So it should happen early next year.
Yeah. This is a very lackluster announcement. Sorry.
Sorry.
I was like, yeah, I think it's happening. I'm not sure. We have.
I don't
Starion
want
says,
to.
where's the cassette?
I have like, I've had pages favorited of like places I want to get merch and stuff like printed. I want to make cassettes so bad, but I also want to make mini CDs so bad. They're like tiny little CDs, and they're so cute, and they're unusable. But who has a disc drive nowadays anyway? They're just cute. So I just wanted to make...
It's essentially just like a
A
like
cute
a
little.
charm.
Aw, that'd be so cute though. Merch ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm excited.
So hyped.
The reason that I'm lackluster, like not being hyping it up too much, is because there's a big asterisk after it, in that these plans are very tentative.
Yeah.
They're not fully
yeah.
fleshed out. And once we know for sure, like the exact timing, exactly what it's gonna be, exactly how you can buy it, I'll probably either do like an announcement stream, or I'll do like a fancy announcement video. Like I'll do something announcing it for sure, to be like, this is happening, but like for real, for like actual sure, you know. Just because I like to to not, what am I thinking? I like to not make promises I can't keep. I think this should happen, but I don't want to, like, I have a lot of plans, and if I list all of them out, if any of them fall through, I'll be sad. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep an eye out if you want to stay updated on what's going on CMYK. You can. There's a page on the website that I try to upkeep. I immediately have realized it's slightly out of date already. But usually it's upkept. I haven't added the Misery Loves Company on here yet for like the. But keep an eye on the website. Follow Circus on our socials. There's a hashtag for the CMYK project on Twitter.com.
yeah. Hashtag Voca CMYK.
Yeah, hashtag Woka CMYK.
So official. Get it trending.
Get it trending.
Get it trending. Let's get it trending.
Ooh.
Are there any other questions?
Oh yeah. Do you guys have any other questions? Because we have
Yeah, we're about at time, so
we
we can do
can-
like maybe one or two more.
yeah, about one or two
Yeah.
more.
Unless they're really fast.
Yeah. Get it trending on the internet.
Get it on the internet.
Yeah.
Trending. Maybe if we just like tag Voca CMYK after just like random arbitrary tweets, we'll get it. We'll get there.
Like
Like,
just
pops.
everything we say.
That's cheating.
That is cheating.
Yeah.
Is there any chance of other physicals getting re-released when CMYK comes out? Knocking the 715's big life regret.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I want to do by
Who knows? Watch out. Maybe. Possibly.
yeah, I think I said in another stream that I'm planning to I think I said it in the Colorful Stage streams that I'm planning to reprint my previous albums with and I'm hoping I'm not sure when that would happen, but my goal is to have when you can order CMYK to also be able to order my other albums, There'll be a limited run. It wouldn't be like
but we'll see.
forever, but yeah, we'll see. But that's my goal. So I want to. It's not like something that will never happen. It's something I'm going to work towards, but there might be a snag in the like road, to there. So it's my plan, but you never know.
Do you wish there were more male Vocaloids? I wish there were more hot male Vocaloids.
I don't. Oh, so okay. My thing, and I get it from a character perspective, from a like consuming content perspective. We want more. We want an even balance. We want like male Vocaloids, female Vocaloids, all that kind of stuff. I hate mixing low range vocals. I really hate mixing male Vocaloids.
God. But you did so good here.
I mean, it just takes me so long to do. I don't hate Dex. I'll do it for Dex.
I don't hate Dex.
Circus hates men!
But I do hate men. I hate men.
Miss Sandra Circus? Cancel.
Let's go! Circus Miss Anders arc. What other genres do you want to do? Songs about hating men.
Circus Miss Andrea. We're gonna get that trending.
God.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Cats like Circus right now.
I
What
will say,
other genre?
I do think that Synth V needs a like baritone male vocal, like a bassy vocal, like really deep, like Big Al, like.
I just want the Synth V boys to be hot. I want them to have designs. If they had designs, you guys realize that how much Kevin, like Rio, Yaoi could have saved Synth V, or not saved Synth V, but do you realize how popular Synth V could have been?
That's the marketing ploy.
If
We
Kevin
gotta make
and Rio
Yaoi.
were hot and kissing each other, like, do they real? I'm sure Conruha, hey, let me into your office. Conruha, give me 5 minutes of your time.
We gotta use the yaoi to our advantage.
Yeah.
The yaoification.
They gotta just release like a vocal that's like, what's the name that starts with B? Like Bakugo, and then they also like release like Leonard, so then we can have BL.
I think we're
Sorry, there was a rocky path to that joke, but I'm glad you thought it was funny.
We got there.
We limped our way there.
All right. Anyone have really quick questions left? Because if not, we're gonna wrap up.
I will say, Kiza, I've used VY2 in an original song before.
Oh yeah, it was for a compilation or like a.
It was for an album where producers were meant to use like vocals that they've never really used before. Like Hachioji used Lily. I think it was the second iteration. So the first one, No, I think the one that I was on had the You Yo You Pe Gachapoid song on it.
Oh my god. Yeah, find it on Voca DB or something. Or it's probably in the collaborations tab on the website. I don't know which one it is. It's somewhere on here.
I wrote an original VY2 song that had a chess theme. It's called Fool's Mate. But you're not dumb. Don't worry. It's not on my YouTube.
Aw.
It doesn't have an MV. But I did do it.
Yeah,
I did
it's
use
niche.
VY2.
It's
It's
a deep
niche.
cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a deep cut.
We're revealing it just for you, Kisa.
Yes.
Anything for Kiza.
Anything for Kisa. But I think we should wrap up. We've been going for an hour and a half.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
Before we go,
a big
do
boy.
either of you guys have anything you'd like to promote?
Yep. Anything you want to plug? Anything going on with you?
Nope. I do have things I'm working on, but they're secret.
Ooh, watch out.
Watch
Wink.
out.
But yeah, thank
Everyone
you
follow
for loving everything.
Thank you guys for doing this. For both the MV and the after shows. This is so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. This was so fun. I feel so special.
You are the guest of honor. We're shining spotlights on you.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the last thing I wanted to say, even though I kind of tweeted it, and like I've said it like in every possible scenario, but I'm just like, I just keep like talking about like, oh my god, this was like my middle school dream, and now it's real.
I remember that. Every time one of my friends is like, oh man, I would love to drop Brooklyn and me. I'm like, I'll remember that.
Yeah. So I was like, this was a super sick opportunity. My dreams have
so
been
happy to
realized.
have
I can
you.
die. I can die now.
Oh
You can't
no.
die yet. We haven't gotten you for a Rin song.
Okay, I'll hang them by a thread until then. But once that's done, all bets are off.
I'm really happy to have both of you guys involved with the project, because my favorite thing with CMYK is that I've been able to invite so many people to help present my songs in like ways that I couldn't do like on my own. And it's so fun to, because the music video, the YouTube upload of one of my songs is what I consider the full experience, you know? It's like those visuals are meant to go with the song. And I feel like I've said this in almost every after stream, but after show stream, combined those words. But I've just been really happy to be able to have like the experience of each new song in this album project be so fun to watch and so like fulfilling to watch. It feels like it really comes together. But also, especially with this one, it's really, really nice to have like every step of the way just be like a blast, just to have so much fun like writing the song, and to invite you Meat to draw what you really like to draw, you know. And then Crispy got to do something super fun with the editing, and it's just, even though it did rest in peace to your computer, Crispy.
Apps in the chat for Crispy's computer.
Apps in the chat for Crispy's computer.
It's just having it be not just a fun result and a really exciting result, but a fun entire process was like, it's really fun, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys for make sure to check out Misery Loves Company.
Yes.
And watch out for next month, as always.
Yup.
Yay.
All right. See
All
you
right.
guys.
Thank you guys. Have a good
Bye.
night or
Have a
whatever.
good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.